Greetings, everyone. I've come to bring you a bit of evening cheer as I report to my plantation. For the one time this week, I shall report to my plantation. Uh, I hope you all are doing well this evening. I imagine that you all are preparing for your celebratory feast. Be busy, busy, baby. Charlie, I'll be Uncle then. If I can't be Pappy, I'll be Grand Rising balanced. Yeah, that's you twice ZC. Man, 912, what's happening? Yeah, man. Just having to do my duties for the evening. Because the rules with holiday pay, you gotta work the day before, you gotta work the day after. So I'm preparing to work for the day before, and I'll be up for the next 4 days, and then come back and work the day after. Kool-Aid, what's happening, buddy? Shit. Charleston merch. I guess you got a license. So you make my nigga Kool-Aid make Charleston white merch. Shit. Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't eat beef that often, but I heard how much it costs at the store, and they was right. That beef shit is high as a motherfucker. I got a little roast for, you know, uh, the Indigenous Day, Indigenous Nigga Day. Uh, I don't know what I'm gonna have on the sides or whatever. When I was off these last 3 days, I need to get, man, I need to self motivate better. Um, hmm, I've been in a situation, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do this right here, this content creation shit. Do what I can with it. They call it Kaizen in Japan because Kaizen means continuous improvement. I adapt the ideology of Kaizen, continuous improvement. Uh, I don't know, and I don't want to just keep on blaming things that might not even be the fault of things, but it is what it is. One thing, I mean, and it's just to make a just to do a quick topic. I got a few minutes. In the Some of y'all might not be affiliated with the FBA, Pan Africanism spear. A popular figure, Professor James Smalls, came out and said that the FBA mantra, the FBA lineal claim, or the branding FBA might be somewhat harmful to the Pan Africanist movement. It creates a division. It's kind of the inference was that it was COINTELPRO-ish type of a situation and circumstance. Now, admittedly so, I once upon a time wore the banner of FBA very proudly. Now, I could list a myriad of things and reasons why, I said, well, it's in my best interest to just identify myself as nigga. A descendant of those who were enslaved in America that were referred to as niggas. The word has a more ancient, even more ancient uh, connotation to it. But we don't go there. I'm a nigga. I identify as nigga. I can't identify as black because black people is confused. The black American is confused. African American, that's definitely not a moniker that I can pretty much adopt to. Not saying there's anything wrong with being those other designations or lineages or genealogies. I got to accept the fact that I am a descendant of those who were enslaved in America. I don't say slaves. We were slaves. The motherfucker mayor of Chicago compared the enslaved nigger people to immigrants, and I felt highly offended. But I just going to say, just to say that this is just in my mind, I felt as if one of the reasons why I had decided to tuck away the FBA mantra, the moniker, was because of this of the dysfunction and the toxicity between it was just bullshit to me. I mean, I was like, okay, well they're standing in the way of reparations. They ain't got no motherfucking money. They ain't got no power. The melanated person in America, no matter what your lineal ties are, you have minimal power in America unless you come from the Middle East. Unless you got an address in Dubai, you are of no threat to the American system. Yeah, 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 because we could tie it back to it. I could tie it all the way back to it. There's a tape I need to get from my relatives that has my great grandmother orating the history as a griot. They call them griots, the storytellers, the ancient African storytellers. I mean, there's nothing shameful with identifying with being African, but I'm an indigenous American, and it used to be Pangea. So we's all together. We's all the people. Y'all people want to talk about coming together. Let's go all the way back and connect the ties from the very beginning instead of trying to modernize our ideas and create identities in which might not necessarily gain us any substantial or tangible power to do anything of benefit. There's all types of titles that the niggas adopt. There's all types of organizations and things we join and call ourselves to be potentates or self-aggrandizing Negroes above the rest of the poor and petty Negro cousins or relations or social interactions that we make with those who may appear like us. That we call some we call not like us, but hell, man, uh, we's all Paul. We's all at the bottom of the barrel. You can't wipe it off. They're enamored by it, but they refuse to be subjugated by it. They would once we taught them how to bathe and talk proper. I shouldn't say we. Once the ancestors taught them how to bathe and talk proper and prevent themselves from having all types of diseases and plagues on the consistency, they began to get a little bit big about the breaches. But man, I just wanted to come on here and talk, man, and really just to comment on the small shit and I mean we're going ahead and say Tariq Nasheed when they spent when that nigga pimped a million, nah, I shouldn't say, he collected $1 million out of the black American economy in the name of a museum, but all I'm seeing is comedy performances at the museum. Where are the artifacts? Where's the exhibits at the museum? But that is what that is. If one chooses to support whomever, I once upon a time supported Mr. Rashid as well, but at this point I don't. Not saying not wishing no harm on him, but hey man, you can go from selling dating advice and Pan Africanism, and then you were from Pan Africanism. Now it's FBAism, and the FBA is just trademark. You almost lost that trademark. If you're about the people's business, it's building institutions and things of tangible value, and not just in the name of capitalism. I'll just keep it as simple as that. If anybody got a problem with that, let me know in the comments. Two palms up to receive all blessings. I hope you all have a festive meal around people, or at least around relatives that you can get along with. I'm gonna go around and deal with these people. I spend most of my time, around these people since I'm solo dolo. Once I clock out this motherfucker. But busy, busy baby. 912. I appreciate y'all, man. Uh, I see that I'm jumping a little bit. That's why I said I'm gonna try and see what kind of algorithmic pull I get when I tap in on here. But yeah, man, it's they say xenophobia. Man, you imagine you see the anti-black American, the anti-nigga hate that comes from darker skinned people from all areas of the world. But they were positioned, they were socially engineered, they were given information about, and then it's the steady propaganda that we see on the internet. We see the woman who got whooping and her children, they got whooped by black children. There are several things that this happened of recent note that involve black Americans or perceivably black Americans. A lot of times it do be those who are from other lands that are be participating in these activities, but it's Black America. We should have a certain code of conduct, a standard that that's not something that we accept or affiliate ourselves with. But we have an enamorment. We love to trick off our minds in the entertainment whorehouse of gangster rap. Reality. We want to feel like energy and excitement comes from thuggery and chicanery and criminality. Thou shalt not snitch. You slap your somebody one of them thugs slap your granny. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. But yeah, man, let me get my ass off here, man. I appreciate all the love, man. I holler at y'all notes go round, two palms up to receive all blessings. Peace and love to you all. And of course, as always, nigga nation or nothing. Cause I to be nigga, I identify as nigga. I stand in the shadows and I am my ancestors. I am like my ancestors, but due to the fact that not many are like their ancestors or they who they perceive or proclaim their ancestors to be. Niggas talk tough about certain shit, but when it comes down to other shit that's very important, they all of a sudden want to work together. It's America. We should, man. That's how Chicago ended up with a high ass property tax because everybody wanted, everybody want to play the come together game. But when it's time when you need them to come together for you, nigga American, where them people at? Nigga nation or nothing, man. Peace and love. I'll holler at y'all once I get finished with Master. Candyland, Candyland, where I take my stand and I earn my bands, man, and I deal with a lot of chicanery and foolishness, but that's all right.